Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, I got a special guest that's in studio. His name is Yada Awakening. He has a product that's called Apple of Eve. We're going to talk about his former gang life and what happened with that. We're going to talk about his role or what he feels his philosophy is, his role in the family, the black man's role in the family. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about Kevin Samuels and what he thinks about him. So, with all that being said, stay tuned, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Watch the video. What up, everybody? This is Julius Hammond. Welcome to Wealth Chance Podcast. I'm here with another fire guest in the building, but before I introduce who he is, I need to do some housekeeping rules. Hey, guess what? I need you guys to hit that like button, subscribe button, and hit that notification bell because I got some fire guests coming up in future for the future, right? For Wealth Chance Podcast. Also, buy me a coffee. I need you guys to donate. Whatever you guys want to donate, all donations is welcome. Thank you for support. Thank you for support. I also got t-shirts. I got some hats, and I got some shorts that are coming up for Wealth Chance Podcast, some merch. I need you guys to go cop that. Keep supporting, keep supporting. And the last thing, I just wrote an ebook. It's called The Roadmap to Six-Figure Podcast. I need you guys to go get that and go PayPal. The link is going to be in the description, so make sure you guys go get that. If you guys want to have successful podcasts and know how it is to go from the bottom to where you can make money, being on camera, being on a microphone, and be able to help others. Make sure you go cop that ebook, a roadmap to a successful podcast, six-figure podcast. I apologize, a roadmap to six-figure podcast, new ebook. Now, for my guest, he's a former gang leader. He has a product called Apple of Eve. That there's a lot of claims out there that are saying certain things, but he's going to dispel those claims here, but he's helped a lot of people with their health. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Mr. Yada Awakening. How you doing, Mr. Yada Awakening?
Man, all praises due to the Most High. I'm great, brother.
Yeah, man, it's good seeing you, man. Like, oh my gosh, man, it's good having you in studio. I made some phone calls before we started recording to my sister and everybody just like, oh my gosh, Yada, you gonna have Yada here? And they were just excited. And thank you for being here, man.
All praises. Thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely. So, first question I have for you, man. We're going to go through a list of questions. We're going to dispel some rumors, some fraudulent claims that are out there that people are saying certain things, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff here, right? But before we get into your product and everything that you want to talk about, what's your story, the story behind Yada Awakening? What's your story, how you grew up, things like that? People want to know who you are as a person before we start talking about your product and how you help people in that way.
I come from the mud. I come from a place where roses and flowers don't even grow. And I pulled myself out the midst of hell. And then I went back and pulled my mother, reversed her cancer, extended her life. All praises due to the Most High.
There you go.
And then I brought my brothers up, and I'm a walking testimony of the true and living God. And I'm just here to do the will of God and bring peace and love to each and everyone, regardless of race, religion, gender, age, sexuality. I don't care about that because God doesn't see that. And I'm just here to elevate the minds and souls of all people.
Wow, that's amazing. So what about your, how did you grow up? Where did you grow up at? What, your location? And because a lot of people have been asking me, what's Yada's story? The ones who don't know. So,
Right.
Yeah, how was it growing up? Did you grow up in a different state? How was that?
Okay. So I was born in San Diego, California.
San Diego, okay, California.
And I stayed in San Diego for maybe 8-9 years as a child. Single parent, beautiful, strong black woman. All my uncles were gang members, drug dealers. Uptown Pyro, Rolling 60s Crips,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I come off the mud, man.
Gotcha.
I come from that place where I try my best to forget sometimes, and then I have to be reminded myself again because I have to go back and do the work of God, even though I don't want to do it sometimes because my own people crucify me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But we will be crucified for that name.
Yeah.
So, I'm just here to do that work.
There you go. There you go. And you know what? I can concur with you, man. It's funny that you say your own people crucify you because me being a successful businessman that I am, it seems like our people are harder on us than anybody else, and we're the ones who need the most help, right? It's like, why can't you just see that I'm trying to help you? Now, are there people who scam people? Yes, absolutely, but it's hard to when our people have the mindset, and there's some history to that, and we can get into that and all that stuff, but it's hard when our people have the mindset of crab in a barrel, or when this person made it here, so now I'm or this person's trying to make it to a certain level, but they don't want to support that person. You have to get support from the outside races or whatever. That's my story. I've gotten support from other races more so than my people. My people, not all, but like family members and people who I thought was going to support me coming up the ranks as far as my entrepreneur journey. Nah, not really. It was like, go get a job. It's not working. They would say from a distance, I'm praying for you, but they never, or I will help you, but they never put up any capital. They never lended a hand or anything else to try to help. I had to do it myself. But I've had other races that had like, man, how much you need? You need $2,000 for this startup? Yes, here you go. Or you need, physical support, mental support, financial, whatever. They've done that. So it's hard as a young black entrepreneur to really get help from your people. And then when you make it to that level or to a certain level, now it's almost like they feel entitled that you need to help them. And it's like, well, bro, you wasn't there when you was there, but you wasn't helping when I was needing the help. You were talking about me, you were doing certain things, but you wasn't really helping me the way I needed to be helped. And there's an old saying by what's his name? Will Smith. He said, if you weren't there during my struggles, don't be present during my success. And so that's something that I resonate with. What do you say about stuff like that?
I agree. I remember a young brother came to me and he said, you know what Drake said? I said, what did Drake say? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You, when I needed you, you didn't believe. Now I made it. You don't want to believe that you were wrong. You don't want to prove to yourself that you were wrong. So you rather crucify me. That's it. Yeah. And the most powerful thing that anyone can do on the planet Earth is truly believe in themselves.
Yeah.
Just like the Bible stated. All you have to do is have the faith of a mustard seed.
Yep.
And you can tell the mountain to move. And that mountain will get up and move.
There you go. Faith without works is dead. Got to put in the work to make it happen. All right, so let's get into it. So
let's go. I'm ready. Come on, let's go.
Let's get into it. Get this. Some questions are mine, but you did speak with my sister. She has one question, but her question comes in a little bit. But
okay.
First question for you. So you were a leader of a well-known gang. What was the experience like to be the head of such a well-known mafia gang? What was that experience like?
I don't know about a mafia gang, but I can tell you about an organization.
Sure.
When I became in charge of controlling, I want to make sure I state this correctly.
Take your time. Yeah.
When it comes to controlling men, young boys that are broken, hurt, sad, been mentally and physically abused, when you have that type of power with no divine knowledge of self, with no vision of building, all you can do is destroy. Because I'm not building anything. I'm not building minds. I'm not building businesses. I'm just completely destroying everything in my path. And at the age of 13, I was in charge of 100 young men. that is as wild or wilder than me. So it's complete chaos. We're not listening to our mothers because we're stronger than them now.
Mm-hmm.
So their belts don't mean nothing. There's no men in our house to tell us to stay in our place. So we become the men. So now we're treating our mothers like our women. And that's one reason why black men see their women as their mothers. This is deep down childhood trauma. But I'm leading these brothers to the gates of hell, man. So I take healing personal because I know the pain that I've caused. I know the wrongs I've done. I know the demons that I've unleashed on planet Earth. So it's only right that I put the work in and do the will of God. So being a leader at that time, it fed the devil in me because nothing good came from it. You know?
Wow.
Damn, brother.
Wow, that's
you taking me to a place, brother.
It's all good, man. That's passion right there. I love it, man.
To a place.
I love it. But you know what? In order to be successful, you got to go through some things. And I can hear in your voice and I can see the passion just illuminating over you right now that you truly are repentful for what you did. Like a lot of people, they'll serve jail time and everything and they still come out not repentful. But I could just tell just from what you went through right there. And if anybody else can't tell, I mean, listen, I'm in the studio and I know y'all can probably see it over the computer or wherever you're watching from. That was passion right there.
Praises.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for that. Next question. You are known as Minister, now excuse me if I say this wrong, is Yadan? Yadan, okay. You are known as Minister Yadan Yada. Yeah. What inspired you to want to become a minister and why?
God. You know, I have a divine connection to God. God speaks to me.
Okay.
And I remember before I changed my life, I had a dream. And the Most High Divine God appeared to me. But God didn't appear to me in the form of a man. God was just there, and I knew God was there because that's the power of God.
Yeah.
If you don't stop playing, I'm going to kill you. What? If you don't stop playing, I'm going to kill you. How you fight something you can't see but feel?
You can't.
And you know it's everywhere.
Yeah.
I submitted. I submitted to the will of God.
You just knew he was omnipresent at that point.
Man, come on.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
God favored me to give me a chance after every sin I committed on the planet Earth, and then gave me a warning: if you don't change. I know what you are because I created you. If you don't change, I'm going to kill you. And I submitted.
Wow. That's deep.
I submitted.
That's deep. I want you to, before we go to the next question, Jay, put up the picture of his family. I want him to. I want you to talk about your family a little bit because I know that you're passionate about that. Tell me about that beautiful family right there. So tell me what the names, the ages, and what's going on with each one of them right now.
First, I have to start with the queen. I have to start with the head. I have to start with the nurturer.
There we go.
You know, I have to start with the divine spirit, the feminine energy within the home that is our glue. She saved me from myself. She taught me how to love. I've never loved a woman ever in my life. That woman taught me how to love.
There you go.
I didn't have patience. She taught me patience. She made me a better man, a better businessman. She told me, baby, pray. Pray. You handling so much. You doing so much for everybody. Pray. You have to fill your cup. I didn't know how to do nothing but provide, man.
Wow.
That's all I knew. I ain't have no father teach me, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you do this. The love that I have for her and the love that she has for me made me reevaluate myself. When they say love will make you change, when a man truly loves a man to change for, it's actual facts. So the queen, man, she's divine, man. Look at her.
Yeah.
You know, when you see her, you can see the essence and the power and the glow of God. Everything about her says peaceful. Everything.
I could just tell when you called her, if you FaceTimed her before we recorded, and you put her on the screen for me to be able to see her. I could just tell the connection that you guys have is out of this world.
It's real.
I could just tell about that,
It's
man.
real.
Put that back up real quick, Jay. Okay, so who's the second oldest there?
Okay, so now we have two special children.
Okay.
So my special child that I had before my queen, and her special child that she had before me.
Okay.
But there are children. They're my babies.
There you
You
go.
know. So my oldest is Zai. She's so absolutely amazing. You know, she'll be turning 14 soon. And then under me is my little man Zion. He when he was born, because we give birth to our own children. We bring our own children into the world. When he was born, when he was coming out the womb, all the power in our neighborhood went out.
Wow.
God allowed me to know who he is. Then we got the queen in training sitting on her lap. She run the home.
Yes. They all it's always the youngest one that run everything, huh?
She run the home.
They know they can get away with everything.
She run the home. She'll run the home in clothes and somebody else's shoes, and butt naked. She run the home.
There you go.
That's my beautiful Amora.
Wow.
And then we have Teresia, which, you know, she's so amazing. I was blessed to come into her life around the age of 3, about to be 4, and she taught me a lot too. She really helped me with understanding how to be a father. You know, she's intelligent, she's bright, she's loving, she's kind. She is definitely the reflection of her mother.
Yeah, now that's the one that's on the right with the pink dress on, right?
A little foot up, yes.
Yeah, so okay, so I have 2 young, well, they're not young, they're 16, but I got the girl and she got the boy. So dealing with a different culture is something is something else, because I'm African American and my wife is Nigerian, right? Now I did a 23andMe and I found out I was 66% Nigerian, so my wife was happy about that. So, you know, I'm kind of a mixed mutt. I got other things going on in me too, but I'm 66% Nigerian according to the 23andMe formula, right? So it was hard because trying to be an African American and coming from this culture, you know, dealing with gangs or dealing with certain things that LA life comes with, right? And then integrating that with the African culture. Africans are about they're about their business, but they're about education, they're about status, and I didn't have what I have right now. And so a lot of times I was getting you know, bombarded. Well, she was too, but we were getting bombarded with he's not good enough. You know, he's nothing. You need to go get something better. You need to go get you a doctor, a lawyer, somebody who has some status, right? Because remember I told you, Nigerians, a lot of them are about status. They wear the gold. When they go to a party, they want to be the life of the party, right?
Yeah.
So that was really hard. Growing, you know, doing the blended family thing. So it's just maybe about, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago when things start really getting better. Because we had our ups and downs, but when things start really getting better to where now like everything is flowing. But about 4 or 5 years ago is when stuff started really getting better for me financially, and I started taking more reins in my household as the head of the house.
Right.
And so, because I didn't know how to be a husband, I didn't know how to, you know, being a boyfriend is one thing, right? But I grew up a player, man. I used to be in a car club. I used to do the car shows. I did all that stuff, right? So that's why I'm in the cars now. But I was always like, you know, hey, hit it, quit it, or not taking a girl serious. It wasn't until I met my wife, who's a prophetic minister. I know, honey, you don't like me saying it, but I'm gonna rep it anyway. She's a prophetic minister. Got her doctorate degree in theology, and she introduced me to a whole nother world. She introduced me to the Cindy Trims, the Juanita Bynums of the world, the people, T.D. Jakes, the Benny Hinn's. So she runs with those type of circles. And so when I start getting around her and start seeing like, man, she's a whole different breed. This is not like these regular girls who I've been smashing and dashing. She's someone who I can really take serious. And I had to take her off the map real quick. So I say all that to say, man, you know, family and the way you feel about your family, the way you feel about your wife, same here, man. And you could just see that it's a different spirit. It's not you don't see her as a woman. You really start seeing her as God's daughter, and you start treating her the way God wants you to treat her, you know? So
no, see what I do, I see my woman as God, because she is a divine creation of the Most High God. So for me to love her the way I love her is a worship and a submission to the Most High God.
Yeah. Throw the other picture up, Jay, real quick while he's talking.
So if I wrong her, I apologize immediately. Forgive me, it'll never happen again. I'm going to work on that. Because I know to curse a good woman to harm a good woman, to hurt a good woman, is to put a curse on your own life. Because you can't play with God.
Man, say that again.
You can't play with God, man. And then when God gives you a woman and all you see is her elevating you and you growing and you still want to tear her down, that's you slapping God in the face. God will take everything from you.
Wow.
That's why they say, listen, brother, it's cheaper to keep her, brother.
Huh.
But it's deeper than just financial. I'm talking about spiritual.
Yeah.
Cross a good woman if you want to. You'll never get back up again.
Wow. Yeah, that was a word right there.
And all praise is due to the Most High.
Okay, so third question. Outside of your health, now this is okay, let me reverse. This is my sister's question. This is what she really wants to know. Now, you know, we're open here, so you can curse here, you can go deep, but remember, we're still on YouTube as well, but it's fine. They let a lot of little things go as YouTube, as a creator. You can say certain things, but you just can't overstep the line. You know, you know what I mean. So my sister wants to know, outside of your health, business, and family, what's your general take on the pandemic, the LGBTQ community, gender identification movement, etc.? What's your full take / stance on all the above? Your full take.
My full take is that I'm truly a man of God.
Okay.
So when I see all things, I see God. I can't judge God. I can only judge myself, correct myself, make sure myself is good. So while everybody else is pointing a finger at, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that, I look at myself in the mirror and say, Yada, what do you agree with about yourself? What don't you like about yourself? Because I'm responsible not just for me, but for my women and children, and also my brothers that might fall down and might need me. I can't focus on nothing else. Because focusing on me, God created me, is me focusing on God.
Okay.
So what another brother or sister choose to do within their own home, all I can say is all praise is due to the Most High.
Okay. Let me push back a little bit on that. So I know you homeschool your kids, right?
No.
Oh,
Private school, but
school.
we also teach at the home as well.
okay. So I know it's private school, but let me just paint a scenarios because they're doing this in the public schools right now.
Right.
So if the kid your school that your kids go to, if they started doing you know, a lot of the agenda pushing with the LGBT and all that stuff that they're doing in public schools right now, I know because I just took both of my kids from the public school system and they're homeschooled now because my son said, Dad, and I quote, he's like, Dad, right now at the school, they're changing the bathrooms and everything like that, which they're doing that everywhere. But then now it's like, if he has a best friend named Derek, and the next day Derek wants to be Daisy, he has to acknowledge that, and if he doesn't, he's going to get suspended. That a memo actually came out to our house about that, and he said, Dad, I don't want to partake in that. I don't believe in none of that. And so we took him out of public school and put him in the homeschool. If that was to happen with your kids or anybody in your family, now I know you said that, you know, that doesn't apply to me or whatever. I'm just saying in this particular scenario, if that was to happen, what would be your response to that?
Okay, I didn't say it didn't apply to me.
Okay.
Let's get this. I just want to break this down for you, clear.
Sure.
Okay. So my oldest daughter, she came home and she was like, you know, Dad, you know, my female friend has a girlfriend.
Okay.
You know, this is 7th grade, 6th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade. She said all these grades, there's been children that are into the same sex.
Yeah.
Right? So my main responsibility is to build the minds of my children. So nothing else can influence them because they're my responsibility. God gave them to me to uphold. I have to make sure they're good.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter what someone teaches outside my home. I am the ruler. I am the king. I am the head, and God is my crown.
I got you.
So when I break down the knowledge of self to my children, you can tell them this, that, and the third, or that's a monkey when it's really a cat, and they're gonna be like, no, that's a cat, and I'm gonna acknowledge that a cat. But if you want to be a monkey, I can call you a monkey. But it doesn't change that you're a cat.
Exactly.
So I just give my children divine knowledge of self, and I also tell them, just because someone's doing something that you don't agree with doesn't make you better than them. You know? So all I can say again, brothers, all praises be to the Most High.
So pretty much what you're saying, you teach your kids principles and common sense, and once you do that, it doesn't matter what anybody else do on the outside because you are the person who's in charge of making sure your kids are right.
If my children follow somebody more than they follow me, that means I'm not a leader.
That's a problem. Yeah.
That means I'm not a leader. If I can't lead my own children, I am not a leader. And I hear people complaining, oh, they're doing this at the school. They're doing that at the school. How does the child feel? The child doesn't want to be there no more? Okay, remove them.
Yeah.
If the child says, no, I can deal with it, build their minds. Build their minds.
I got you.
And then I tell the brothers, but what if it is your child out now wants to be Michael, wants to be Michelle?
There you go. I'm glad. Okay, let's go there. I was going to ask you that.
Now, what do you do to your child? This is your flesh and blood. What do you do? And I told my oldest daughter, regardless if you want to be this, that, or the third, I love you. You daddy's responsibility. I don't care how nobody's going to feel about that. I don't care about no thoughts. And baby, when you leave this earth, you and God handle that. But while you're here, daddy gonna love you.
Okay, so you're okay with I got your stance. So, but you're okay. So let's take Dwayne Wade and what's her name, Gabrielle Union's kid, for example. You're okay the way they're handling their kid, right?
They came out on the forefront and said, yo, this is what it is. Now, how they choose to do it, I can't say if I agree or disagree because it's not my home.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
I'm only responsible for my kingdom.
I got you.
In the way my kingdom runs.
I got you.
Because if a circus comes around my kingdom, they're dancing and they shaking their butts. We might giggle a little bit. We might point. Yeah. But we gonna close our doors, close our windows, and give back to saying all praise is due to the Most High.
And just focus on your household. Absolutely.
And we gonna keep winning.
I agree with you. Now, you said earlier that let's pivot a little bit. You said earlier that you and your wife had home births.
Yes.
So explain that for the ones who might not know why you decided to go that route. I have a feeling why, because of the healthcare system, what goes on in the hospitals. But explain why you decided to have home births for your kids.
I wanted my children to be able to come out the womb and be at peace. I wanted them to experience love and the warmth of the breast of their mothers. I didn't want them being traumatized by strangers and artificial lights and being injected like there's some cattle about to get slaughtered. And then put in a room with strangers and all you hear is crying.
Yeah.
I didn't want my children to be traumatized, so my children were, oh man, I just got to give all praises due to the Most High because, man, when I talk about childbirth, man, it has touched my heart and my soul in a way that I can't not protect my children.
Yeah.
You know, when God says, I'm going to allow this woman to give birth, because a lot of women can't give birth. So when God said, I'm blessing you with this child, and I'm giving you a woman that's strong enough to bring the child into the world the way I suggested, the way I created it to do. But back to what you say, forgive you, brother. You know, I'm passionate about my family.
Hey, listen, I'm with you, man. Like I told the viewers earlier, I said, you guys have to be here to feel the energy. Like, this brother loves his kids and loves his family, and you could tell. So, no, continue, man. I love it. Yeah.
But, man, you know, watching your child come into the world and knowing that they're going to be healthy. My children haven't been injected with anything. Their immune system is top notch. They had a water birth. You know, their placentas. The placenta was left attached and fell off after 4 days by itself. My children have felt no knives, no pokes, no anything. You know, and their diet is supreme. They only eat the food of God. They don't know what sugar tastes like, milkshakes, candy, chips, meat, bread. They don't know how any juice, sodas. They haven't tasted, not even chewing gum.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not even chewing gum.
Wow.
And when you get around my children, you can feel God. It's just a divine peace. They're still children now.
Oh, yeah. You still let them play and have fun.
They play and have
course.
fun and do things and fuss a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you look at them, you can feel the divine presence of God. It's absolutely amazing.
And it's funny that you say that, you know, they've never been poked or anything. My mom, growing up, for me and my sisters, she knew the flu Vaccination was bad. My grandparents from the South and everything. They from Louisiana, so they never, like, I mean, we had food, so we had the gumbo and all that stuff. But as far as the medical stuff, my mom never poked me. Even when I was playing football, the only thing I went and got was physicals, and that's blood withdrawn to make sure that I'm cool enough to be able to go through a season of getting hit and boxing and all the stuff that I was doing, right? But even when the pandemic was here and all the vax and all that stuff, I'm like, no. I told my kids, I told my wife, I said, we're not doing it. And they asked me, are you sure? I looked at them, I said, I'm beyond sure. We're not doing that. I don't trust none of that. And, it is what it is. I mean, we won't go, like I said, YouTube, we won't go too deep into that, but it's the reason why I decided not to get the vax, because my mom put that in my brain when I was younger. Vaccines do more harm than good. Right. And your body's a natural healer. Right. So, we're like, what, 70% water and what's the breakdown? I think 70% water, and then you got dirt, and you got some whatever other elements. But we're natural. We're natural bodies. We're spirits living in a body, but we're natural. God made us natural. He didn't make us with chemicals, and we put all that shit in our body. What is it? In-N-Out Burger. I believe if you do the ingredients on In-N-Out Burger, it's like 80 chemicals in one burger.
See,
one burger.
See, this is what we have to understand who's controlling the world.
Yeah.
Man. They're giving you food that has no life. There's no substance. There's no minerals. There's no vitamins. There's no form of nutrition. They're giving you cancer. They're giving you diabetes, heart attacks, and strokes. And the bad part about it, we sit here and watch our mothers, our daughters, our brothers, our sisters die because we're too damn lazy to really learn how to eat. Eat the food of God. If you want to live disease-free, you have to submit to the divine will of God. This goes past religious sex. This goes past spiritual bodies. We're talking about the divine, the creator of all things in existence. Every religion, every spirituality, God gave us all the same food and the same water to eat, but we keep running to man, and we're not understanding. We're not just running to man, we're running to the lap of the devil, because when you run towards the devil, you meet death, you meet pain, you meet stress, confusion. The food is causing suicidal thoughts, man. The food is causing suicidal thoughts. The food is stopping women from being able to give birth. Wow. Come on. Why are we still just sitting here? You know why? Because we're addicted. Yeah. We've become addicts, and we want to point the finger at the heroin addict. We want to point the finger at the crackhead. You're a burger head. You're a soda head. Yeah. You know it's bad for you.
And then then to piggyback off what you're saying, they'll make excuses. A lot of people make excuses and say, "Well, I put tomato and lettuce on top of the burger, so it makes it better." Are you kidding me? I had somebody say that to me before. Man, I said, "Are you kidding me, bro?"
Man. It sounds like that's those hunger demons, man. That's those hunger demons. They don't even make no form of sense.
Wow.
And then people will tell you, you only live once.
Yeah, that's stupid crap.
You only live. Who wants to die on somebody's operating table with their chest wide open? Who wants to die like that? I want to die in my home around my children in divine love, the way God created me to die. None of these diseases are created by God, because they say that disease is hereditary. And if that's factual, right? Actual facts, that means the first man and first woman to ever walk the earth had every disease known to man. And that makes no form of sense, man.
Thank you. That's a word. Thank you.
Come on, man. Come on. We have to really pay attention to what's going on, man. We say we're following God, but we're following the devil. Yeah. How can we pray to God but run to man for every need? I need water. I need juice. I need food. And I don't care if it comes from a laboratory. I don't care if the person's a scientist. I don't care if it doesn't have no nutrition. I don't give a damn about the farmer no more. I don't give a damn about the seeded food. Give me genetically modified. Give me seedless, because I'm too damn lazy to spit the seeds out. Come on, man. We're killing ourselves.
Man, speak that word, brother. Man, I'm telling you guys will be in the studio, man. This brother's passionate.
Man, come on, man, for real.
I got you. So, hey, let's finally get to the money. All right. So let's do it. So, question: you have the product right there, and I'll have you show it in a second.
Okay.
Your product is called Apple of Eve. Oh, so let me read the question out.
Okay.
The Apple of Eve is a product you have biochemically put together that has helped a lot of people overcome a lot of their health issues.
Yes.
What exactly is in the product that is reversing people's health ailments? Now, you don't have to go deep because it might be some copyright and stuff, and I get that. But just, something surface level, so people be like, if I'm buying this, what is in it? Is it cayenne pepper? Is it, give the people something so that way if they're choosing to buy the product and going off what you're saying, hey, this can help me with reversing diabetes, reversing whatever, right? Whatever health ailment is plaguing me right now. What is in the product that can help them right now?
What's in the product are herbs and roots that come from all around the world. Some Africa, some South America. I've been in the Amazon jungles for months.
Okay.
And spent with the tribal people, the indigenous people there. And then to be honest with you, man, God. It's nutrition. That's God.
Mm-hmm.
If something feeds you and makes you stronger and more powerful and better and think clearer and love yourself,
you should want more of it.
What else could it be?
Yeah.
This is God. But we're going against our own divine nature, man. We're turning into something other than ourselves. And then the people that suffer the most are black people all around the world because you've forgotten how to eat.
Yeah.
You eat Chinese food and then you say, well, the Chinese man's living for a very long time. You're not a Chinese man. His genetics were created to break down this rice, to eat that soy. Yeah. He's genetically created for that.
Yeah.
That's like me saying, let me feed this cat like I feed a pit bull. They're both animals. That cat gonna get sick and die. Because they're genetically different. Yes, we are all human, but we are genetically different, man. We're drinking milk and we're drinking milk that does nothing for the body, but causes inflammation, milk causes diabetes. Every person of color around the world is lactose intolerant, but they don't understand that. And let me break down the science. So if these people want to fact check, understand that I am the facts. I really put this work in. Everybody after they're weaned off the breast of their mother no longer produces an enzyme called lactase, besides our European counterparts. Now, our European brothers and sisters, after they're weaned off the breast of their mother, still produces this enzyme to break down lactase. So they're not lactose intolerant, but you are, because your body no longer produces that enzyme. But you drink milk, and it's causing inflammation. It's causing the clogging of the nose, the clogging of the throat and the lungs. So you have to spit up this phlegm. It's causing diabetes. It's causing cancer.
The mucus and everything that Dr. Sebi be talking about. It's causing that stuff.
This is phlegm. I'm talking about deeper than that, brother.
Oh, okay.
It's deeper than that. And I love Dr. Sebi. He paved the way, but he didn't want us to just remain to where he wanted us to be. Oh, it's just an alkaline diet. We got to get deeper than that. We have to elevate now. So we have to let go of all these things that we were taught to use. You were taught to make yourself dumber. A sick person is easily controlled, man. And that's why they gave you the diet of a sick, dead person. They don't want you to live.
Yeah.
They want you to survive. Just survive. So I can bleed your pockets. Just survive. So I can bleed your children too. Because I need you to live long enough to turn your children into addicts. You have to live long enough to get them into sugar junkies. You have to let them live long enough to take them to McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, Jack in the Box. You have to live long enough. And then I can just throw you to the side, get you hooked on my pills forever.
Yeah, it's just a generational curse. You pass that crap down to your kids, and it's a never-ending story unless you change it. You said something during that when you were talking that I wanted to ask you. Now, I drink A2 milk, but is there any type of milk or just milk period you want to stay away from? Is there any type of milk? I'm not talking about 2% or whatever. That I get that part, but is there any type of milk, goat milk, skim milk,
brother,
things like that?
Every person besides our European counterpart is lactose intolerant.
I got you. Okay.
And it's causing diabetes. It's causing fatty liver disease, brother. Okay. It's causing a swelling of the face, the feet, the hands. Look at our people, man. They're aging. They're pre-aging. Supposed to look younger than what they looking right now, man.
Yeah, you're true. You're absolutely right on that.
We're
Yeah.
eating food with no nutrition. We're drinking. What the hell do I need to? This makes a baby calf this big. What do I need to drink that for? Now we trying to figure out why everybody obese. Look at the children. We ain't never seen fat children like this before. And I'm not fat shaming because I love all my big boned people.
Yeah. No, but you know what? No, let's hit on that because America is if I haven't done a real research on it, but from what I know and talking to people, we have the worst obesity problem in America. If you go to Dubai, if you go to Thailand, if you go to these other, now I'm not just talking about the women, but the people, they look a whole lot better. They're eating better. Because we have this fast food, this chemical, all this other non-nutritional foods that we are indulging in out here. And like you said, we are going to eat that, and it's not from God, but we're playing right into the devil's hands. And then we teach our kids that crap, and then now they're eating Jack in the Box, they're eating In-N-Out, they're eating Wendy's, they're eating, and then they're chucking it up to saying, oh, well, it's a chicken sandwich from Wendy's, so it's a little bit better. No, Wendy's has chemicals too.
Man, first and foremost, we have to understand that the beef that you guys are eating ain't beef.
Thank you.
Y'all don't know what the heck this stuff is, man. This ain't beef. When somebody has to say 100% beef on something, what about everything else? what is this? That's
Wow.
100% beef, but so what is, no, man. KFC, I don't know where KFC getting their chicken from. I can't understand how they never run out. But we have to understand, brother, this is big business.
Yeah.
America's a corporation. They
Yes, it
respect
is.
business.
It's about money.
Right.
Yep.
So I only way for me to really get money is get you hooked, man. I got to get you hooked to these chemicals that attack your body a certain way or turn off the hunger notification within inside the brain. Now, and you're eating, and they'll tell you can't only eat one. They'll tell you can't just eat one.
That's their slogan. Yeah.
Eating, and you're just eating because your mind, you're taking in the sugar and the salt, and it turns off the hunger. So you don't even, the fullness. So you don't even know you're full. You're just eating and eating. You see a 6-year-old that weigh about 250 pounds looking like a Oompa Loompa. But when we start to keep it real, people want to say we fat shaming. Now y'all have to understand that you're killing yourself. You're killing your children. You're getting cancer, diabetes, and lupus. And then you want to run and pray to God. Nah, keep following the devil. Keep following the man because y'all uneducated first and foremost. And you don't appreciate life, so you can't appreciate God. If you don't love yourself enough to change your habits, you mean nothing to anybody or no one, so you should just leave this earth. And I know people will say, yada, that's harsh. No, this is real, man.
That's the truth. It's not harsh. It's the truth.
We're being programmed, and now we've been programmed so much that we're passing down the programming.
Yep.
That's a generational curse. So I'm teaching you about diabetes. I'm teaching you how to get cancer. And then we have the audacity to say this is genetic. You're telling me that God made us so weak that my body has to pass down diseases? What kind of God is that?
That's a God I don't want to be a part of.
I don't
Absolutely.
want nothing to do with that.
Yep.
It's not the genetics that God created. It's the chemicals of man and his food. That's when disease first started coming in. No one even knew about this disease until the Europeans started to travel the world. This is actual facts. If you don't believe me,
No, you're right.
ask the Native Americans that grabbed those blankets with the smallpox in it that killed most of them. Come on, man.
Yep. No, you speaking facts, brother. You speaking facts. And then what they'll do is they'll get a celebrity like a Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion, and they'll put them on forefront, pay them a lot of money. To me, they're just highly baked puppets to be able to do that stuff.
We've been having house niggas for how long? They've been dancing and bootlicking for how long? Come on, man.
Thank you. Exactly. Wow.
But nobody wants to deal with the truth because right now we're dealing with a very sensitive world because the foods is really messing with their mind. And they don't even realize that they're being drugged, man.
Yeah.
We are living in an open mental asylum.
Yeah.
Everybody's on drugs.
Yeah.
Everybody's on some form of depression, anti-depression, something, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man, bro. This is not what God created. They give you disease, and then they give you the medication, and then they give you the tombstone, and then they give you the coffin. Come on, man. They killing us, literally.
This is just a repeated cycle. And I don't understand for the life of me. I got people like yourself. I had Dr. Umar Johnson on, who's a wealth of knowledge, who talks about stuff like this. You know, you got Yaki Awakening, him too. 19 Keys, Billy Carson. They all talk about, you know, they all have different things they talk about, but they talk about health as well. Why is it that people are just not getting it? I know it's programming, but why is it that with all the stuff that's being shown to us now, as far as they throw it in our face, it got to the point, Yada, where they throw it in your face, they laugh at you and say, oh, well, we're going to throw it in your face and we're still going to do it anyway. They're not even hiding it no more. It used to be a secret. Now the secret is out, and it's like they have that.
Brother,
fuck it, I don't care,
brother. When everybody's addicted,
yeah,
I already got you hooked.
yeah,
I can tell you now. Look, brothers, crack cocaine in this, but you don't care no more.
yeah.
You're hooked, and you love being hooked. And when I give you, you eat humming. When you ever seen a person sit down and eat, they're humming to their own death, man.
Wow.
Their fork and their spoon and their knife has become their shovels for their graves, brother.
Wow.
We talking about delicious suicides. When we know it's bad, I need to go on a diet. I need a detox. You hear people saying it all the time. I need to go on a diet. I need a detox, but it's just so good. Come on, man. The devil gonna make it great for you, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
he's
his job.
Gonna make it so appealing.
The devil is he's the author of deceiving and lying. That's his deception is one of his main.
He tries to be a reflection of God, but he's the complete opposite. God makes food with life.
Yeah.
Devil makes food with no life. God makes food with seed. Devil makes food with no seed. God really creates the fruits and the vegetables. The devil creates genetically modified. Come on, man.
Wow.
We can't see. The devil's right there tap dancing in our face, but we're hooked. And then we believe the devil is some man with a pitchfork sitting in hell saying, I can't wait for you to get
another
here.
facade that they put out there.
Brother.
Exactly.
Come on, man. The devil walking around like me and you. Look around. Brother, there's more hospitals being built than schools, man.
Yep.
There's more hospitals being built than schools. And it's not because of births. Come on, brother.
Wow. Amazing. Next question. Looking at a good portion of your videos. Now, this is what we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
No, actually, no. This, not yet. This is not what we were talking about earlier, but we're going to get to that. I apologize. It started off the same question. I mean, the way it's formed. Looking at a good portion of your videos, you are big on responsibilities of the black man in his family. Why are you so passionate about the black man's role in his family?
Because first and foremost, we have to understand what a man is. A lot of these males believe they're men because they're able to urinate standing up, or they have a penis with two balls.
Or they able to smash or do, yeah, of course.
Or to create a child but not raise one.
Exactly.
They'll rather raise a gun before they raise a child. You know?
Oh, my God. Say that again.
They'd rather raise a gun before they raise a child. They'd rather raise a puppy, a pit bull, a little boxer, before they raise their own beautiful child.
Wow.
A man, the man is literally how can I say this? I want to articulate myself in a way that a child can properly understand what I'm about to say. I don't want to get too deep.
I got you.
A man is a shield for his family. He's a protector mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally. He's the library. He's the one that studies and feeds the woman because he understands that the woman feeds the man. Feeds the children.
I got you, yeah.
The man is the shield. He's the one that stays up late nights while his wife and his children sleep good comfortably, while he plots and plans and sometimes stresses just to make sure he can make two ends meet with no in between. The man, man. Brothers, I need you guys to hear me without any form of emotional trauma. I need you to hear me, even though a lot of you were raised by men, and sometimes it's hard for you to follow a man because you just never seen it. or the men that you love didn't know how to properly love you. I understand, I get it, but listen to me. A man is one that provides for his family on each and every level. A man is one that understands his assignment from God and plays no games. A man is one that understands that family is business. A man is one that'll die and kill for his family. A man sits at the right hand of God, pouring from God into his women while the women pours into the children. We have to understand, with no man's protection, there's no nation. There's no business. There's no family. There's no joy. There's no love. You have to understand who you are. You men are created divinely by God. Stand up and take your place. Sit on your throne and don't ever forget who you are. What's more powerful? What's more amazing and what's more beautiful than you? Forgive me, brother. It's just
No, I feel that. Let me push back a little bit, only because I have young men who I mentor and married and not married. The ones who are married, that's different. But the ones who aren't married or whatever, what if? Okay, no. Let me take the ones who are married, because I've had some who are married and they come to me for some advice on certain things as well. What if you have a married man? He's doing everything that you're saying. Everything that you're saying. He's providing. He's making sure he's protecting his family. Financially, he's providing for that. Spiritually, he's the head. We all know the hierarchy. It's God. It's the man. Is the wife, and then it's the children, and everything else falls underneath that, right? What if he's doing all of that, but then the woman is not being appreciative? He's doing all that stuff, and then just one day she decides, okay, I just feel like I just want to leave. I'm not happy. Then what? What would you say about that then?
that doesn't happen with a good woman, brother.
Yeah.
When I speak, brothers, and listen to me, because I know a lot of you get into relationships with these women.
Yeah.
And then some of you get hurt. We'll touch on something soon about what I've been through. But brother, when you become a good man, you guys are getting into relationships with women when you don't properly understand yourself, so you can't pick an ally from an enemy. Because you're too looking at the butt and the breast and the thighs of this woman without entering her mind. I need y'all to hear me clearly. I can't feel bad for a man that chose his enemy. I can't feel bad for a man that chose to lay with his enemy. You have to understand who you are. You have to divinely love yourself. Because when you fall in love with yourself, you don't have to question if this woman is good for me or not. Brother, you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your choices. Trust you, fall in love with you, be there for you, guide you, protect you, fall on your knees and pray to God and send you something divine, because God ain't never let us down. But when we start to move on our own accord, that's when we fall. Now we having babies by our enemies. We're literally stuck in personal hells, and we chose it. Can't no man cry for that. You leave that situation. If she don't appreciate everything you doing, you know you being a good man, you find you a good one that appreciate you and leave that woman where she stand.
No. There you go, bro. That was good, man. That was really good. Great answer. Next question. What's your thoughts on this fentanyl and other drug contraband crises that we are facing in our society right now?
Right now, I've been detoxing a lot. Let me sit up because it's a little touchy.
That's how I got you.
For me, because, I detox a lot of these mainstream rappers that you guys follow. And I won't say no names because I want my clients to know that.
Out of respect, too. Absolutely. I got you, yeah.
But there's fentanyl now. A lot of these rappers is doing this cocaine. They popping these Xanax, these Oxycontins, these Percocets, not realizing that the cocaine is now become with fentanyl because they want to get you hooked quicker.
Yeah.
Now these Percocets, these Oxycontins are being crushed down, mixed with fentanyl, re-rocked, reshaped, and sold to you guys. And that's why you guys are having heroin addict addictions, the way you behave, the way you're nodding off, the way you can't control your bowel, you're urinating on yourselves. Listen to me, brothers. It's a distraction. This high is breaking down your body, not just at a cellular level, but it's robbing you of your spirit, because your spirit only dwells in a divine body. Listen to me, brothers. The spirit leaves your body when you die because your body is no longer fit to hold that spirit. And we talking about the spirit of the Most High God. So your fun is robbing you. Your fun is killing you. Now you can't think. You can't get erections. Listen to me, brothers. You killing yourselves for a high. You're killing yourselves for a fad. This fentanyl is in your drugs, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hooking you like heroin. And it's so hard for y'all to get off of it. I love y'all with a passion. I'm on the forefront for y'all. And if you need me, come to the world. It's called the world's greatest rejuvenation.com. Again, the world's greatest rejuvenation.com. Reach out to me. Hit me on IG, Yada_awakening. YouTube, Yada Awakening. Facebook, Yada. Really reach out to me. Because this addiction is robbing y'all, robbing your children, your loved ones, man. We got to get right and exact. We have to fall so deep in love with ourselves that we don't have to chase behind an artificial high. They give you an artificial high to replace the most high. So rather than falling at God when we feel confused or sad, we run to this synthetic high. They're replacing your God and you don't even realize it.
Wow. I don't even know what to say about that because you spit facts right there. But this is what I will say. I know every man and every woman has their own choices on what they want to choose. Like back in the 80s, that the crack epidemic, when that happened, right? Like you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to sell the crack or you didn't have to smoke it or anything like that. That was a choice. Now, I get it, circumstances, you might run out of money or you're in a certain situation where you got to provide. I get all that, but everything is still a choice. But I will say this, for the rappers, that you're mentoring or you're getting them off that stuff and everything, would you say that they are playing a huge role in a lot of this stuff because they're perpetuating, putting that stuff out there on mainstream media through their music and all that stuff?
So this is the facts. What my listeners have to understand. I've seen men vomit on themselves. Your favorite rappers that y'all look up to that show you, I'm popping these Xanax, these Oxycontins, sniffing the cocaine. You're watching the videos, you're seeing them, but they're not telling you how hard it is for them to keep their bowel. They're turning into children. They're in corners, peeing on themselves and crying. You have to understand that this isn't cool. Being a dope fiend isn't cool, and that's exactly what it is. You guys have turned into dope fiends. The music is perpetuating it. It's making you guys be dope fiends. Y'all went from power to the people to drug dealers to drug addicts. You guys are being watered down. Your souls, your minds, your genetics, your structure is being watered down to the point you don't want nothing healthy. You want something deadly. We have to get in tune, man. You're losing yourselves.
And they and people don't see because they only see when the camera's rolling. They only see the cars, the money, the women, the nice stuff, the mansions. They see that stuff, but the real life happens when the camera's not rolling no more.
Man, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen it, brother.
Absolutely. Okay, now this is the question I was talking about as far as the, we're gonna get into the media and all that stuff, how they've been doing everything, right? So. There are a lot of fake pages, videos, and media outlets that claim Yada is a fraud and his products are fraudulent. What would you like to say to those who claim you are deceiving the public?
First, what I say, me, Yada, look at this face. How could I ever do
I'm
something
saying,
like
like,
that?
come on, man. Yeah, come on, guys. Like, look at the smile. Yeah.
Brother, and this is what I was saying earlier about, me being betrayed by a woman.
Yeah.
I had no allegations of me being a scam artist or anything, but I was in a past relationship with a woman that told me, that looked me in my face, man. I would rather you be dead than to be with somebody else.
Crazy.
But I'm so emotionally tied to her child that I stay, man.
Yeah.
And when I couldn't stay any much longer, and make sure, I want you to understand that I'm not putting no blame on no woman because I chose her. Regardless if I chose a crazy one, a mentally sane one.
Yeah, you still made a choice.
I still made a choice. So I'm not
Absolutely.
blaming her for how she moved.
Yeah.
I still take full responsibility because that's what a man does. But I chose to stay with a woman even after I seen the red flags. And then when I told her, yo, I can no longer be with you, I'm moving on with my life.
I know where this is going. Yeah.
She went to the internet. She started a bunch of fake pages. She said, Yada beat me up. I had to go to court, brother. I'm facing 44 years.
Yeah.
The things she said I did sounded if I didn't know me, I would be like, oh, he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
And the internet turned on me. And I was like, man, after all the work I've done, you're seeing me in the Amazon jungles. You see me go from this to that. You've seen no complaints. No one ever said nothing after, 6, 7 years of business? No issues? And all of a sudden, boom, I'm a scam? They ran with it, man.
Yeah.
They ran with it. And then I can't defend myself because it's an open case. I can't even talk about, I'm facing 44 years in prison. I'm being humiliated all over the internet.
And you can't say nothing.
And I can't say a word.
Yeah, I know that's hard.
Because I could say something that could trick me out of, you see, I'm still in front of you.
Yeah.
You see, my business is still going. And I have, we selling stuff online. So if I was a scam, no merchant would even mess with me.
Yeah.
But people don't understand business. So all they can say is, yeah, whoa, he's a woman beater too. Oh, he's a scam artist. Yeah, he did this. Oh, he did that. Come on, man.
No validity behind it. And there's no proof of that. You know,
I'm not in jail.
Yeah.
I'm here. And mind you, bro, I'm fighting this case for about 3 years, man.
Wow.
My son's here. I'm like, man, if I go to prison, they're talking about 44 years. They're telling me to plead out for 15.
Wow.
Bro, I'm sitting here like, what? Yo, I changed my life for the better. God, this is what you gonna do to me? Me? After all I do for all these people? And brother, before I left this sister, I told her, I'm gonna take care of you for a year until you get on your feet. I'm gonna pay all your bills so you get on your feet, and I'm going to take care of your daughter for the rest of her life. She said, if I can't have you, I don't care about my daughter's feelings, my feelings, your feelings, and I don't care about your child that you about to have. You can rot in hell. This is what she tells me, man.
Wow. A woman scored. That ain't nothing like that,
man,
huh?
But again, she fit the woman I was.
Yeah.
Not the man that I was becoming. And I still take full responsibility. I chose to stay with her after the red flags. And I still didn't allow her to make me look at every black woman like, oh, they're drama. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. No, I was a broken man, and I chose a broken woman. I was a scarred man, and I chose a scarred woman.
Yeah.
And when I wanted to elevate, she chose not to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I still got love for her daughter. The courts told me I can't even reach out to her daughter, so she probably told her daughter I forgot all about her.
I was going to ask you about that. Do you have any type of contact with the daughter?
The courts told me I'm not allowed to ever contact her. And I'm like, man, I love that girl. And I'm like, man, she might think that I turned on her. I didn't turn on her. Her mother said, stop contacting my daughter. The last email I got from her daughter was saying, I got all A's.
How old is the daughter?
Bro, now she might be 20.
Okay.
She might be 20 now.
So she's cool enough now if she wanted to reach out to you and stuff.
My only thing with that is when you've been with a toxic woman, and this is what I was telling her mom when I was with her, if I leave this girl with you, she's gonna turn into you. You're gonna turn her into you, and that's not gonna happen on my watch.
Yeah. I
know she turned her into her. I told her after I leave, your son, which ain't my son, but loved him too.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if I leave this house, he gonna start having children at a young age. He already on his second child.
Wow.
And he's young, man.
Yeah.
She's already a grandmother. You know?
And I'm pretty sure she's young too, right?
Who?
The woman that you was with.
No, bro, I got with her when I was young. And she was
a little older then.
She's 10 plus my years.
I got you. Okay.
But she behaved like a younger woman would behave because she would try to she wanted my business because she know I was really into helping people get better. And then she knows how I speak about the women. So she said, okay, I have to make him look fraudulent.
Yeah.
He beat me. He beat me up. And I'm sitting here like, really?
Yeah.
She keeps a firearm on her. Really? I'm just that hurt, that broke me down in a way, bro.
Yeah.
That I was just like, man, how can I ever trust again?
Yeah.
She made me not want to trust anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I forgave her. And I only could forgive her from understanding. I'm not mad at her. I'm not angry about anything. You know? The lawyer cost me over $100,000, bro.
Yeah.
But we talking about my freedom. 44 years in prison. The internet laughing at me. People bashing me. Talking about me. Talking about my now my Apple of Eve is scam. So I'm a woman beater and I'm a scam artist.
Yeah. I've seen a few videos, and like I said, I did my research on my
Right.
sister. My sister told me when I told her you were coming, because I was like yada yada. I was like, the name sounds familiar, but I didn't really know of you like that until my sister and my mom was like, "Do you know?" I mean, not my mom. I'm sorry, my wife was like, "Do you know who's coming on your podcast?" I said, "No." And so when they showed me, I was like, "Oh, okay, he's somebody. All right, cool." But then when I went on YouTube. And I was like, whoa, he got a lot of videos where people are talking about this, that, and the third, right? And so show your Apple V product. I want people to see. Go up close on that, Jay.
Hold on for one
As much as you can, yeah. So guys, he just told you the story about what really happened. And so it came from a scorned woman, okay? And then obviously we know how the media kind of just runs with stuff because that's what they are. They perpetuate fear and get people on the frantic and whatever's popping at the time, right? Whatever's making the most views and everything, because with views comes money.
Hold on, let me add this too, because when we was having all these things are going on, the mailing system you was using then was USPS.
Okay.
They lost some orders. Mm-hmm. So we're telling people, you know how people are. They're, you get my order, you're a scam. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And I'm telling they lost your orders, file claims.
Yeah.
So we can make sure that everything is good. There's insurance on everything.
Yeah.
So people are talking about, no, it's a scam. People that didn't purchase. It's telling other people, don't do it, it's a scam. And I'm like, how can a scam, getting the insurance be a claim? We had to send something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got tracking numbers, and then they don't want to pay us for how many, because it was a lot of packages. They want to pay us for what they lost. Mm-hmm. So when they finally found where it was at, they sent them out. And at that time, Apple of Eve was in jail form. Mm. And I'll tell you why we changed to liquid. But it was in jail form, and they held it for too long in the hot heat in a warehouse somewhere, and it had mold on it. And rather than them filing a claim and giving us our money back, they shipped them out anyways. Mm-hmm. So, when certain people find, look, they're sending molded stuff. And I'm just like, come on, man. I've been out here doing this. You see me in the jungles. You've seen me in the jungles with indigenous people. Mm-hmm. You see me in Africa. You see me in South America. You see me really out here putting work in. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a scam because somebody says it. And then at that time, it was a big podcaster guy. I'm not going to say any names.
Yeah, I got you.
And then he spreaded the lie.
He didn't make it no better.
So he started talking to my ex. And the reason why, because his woman kept saying, you need to live up to yada standards.
So he was pissed off. Oh, I got you.
So now, wow. I got some juice on him. Let me expose him. But a lot of people don't know the true story. So I had to wear it. And I mean, when I say I had to humble myself, I had to take every blow and keep pushing.
Yeah.
Man, everything that happened, man, God gave me back 100 times over.
He always says, what the locusts will eat, he'll replenish, right?
Man, and I'm sitting here, man. I'm still sitting here. And some people say, why isn't he in prison yet? What do you mean? I'm here. There's no prison case. It must be over.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Like we have to understand when it comes to man or a woman. If you don't hear nothing while they're in the relationship, why all of a sudden now?
Yeah.
Something must have happened.
There you go. Absolutely.
But again, we don't know how to think for ourselves, and we love drama. We eat poison, so we have to be entertained by the same vibration, and it's pure death, man.
And I don't like that beta male shit, especially with that podcaster. Like I said, you don't have to say no names or whatever, right. which is good. But for him to pull what he pulled because his woman or the woman he was smashing or whatever the relationship status was with them, for him to do that, that's, man, shame on you, bro.
And nobody knew why he was going so hard on me. Like, he was the only one just, look. And I'm like, man, well, tell them how your wife tries to hold you to my standards.
So it's safe to say you probably ain't messing with that guy, right?
Man, come on, he ain't messing with me.
There you go.
And we were cool at one point.
I got you.
But, again, my persona, the way I move, I'm really like this. Like you said, when you spoke to my my wife on FaceTime, you seen a happy woman.
Oh, she was glowing.
But people say I'm beating her up. She's held captive, and I'm just like, this is what our people want. This like, y'all want the drama. So if it's no drama, y'all have to create the drama.
I'll tell you what. If he beating on his wife, okay, she's doing one hell of an actress job, because I can't tell. I can't tell. No, he ain't doing that. So we're just making a joke of it. Outside of Apple V product, what else do you have? I don't know if you have it with you, but what else do you have that people can purchase? Like any other gel form, anything?
Okay, so let me talk about the Apple of Eve a little bit so you can understand. So I was approached by the FDA.
Okay.
They did come.
Okay.
And this is when I had it in gel form. They're talking about claims of this, claims of that, and they try to say it was a food substance. And I'm like, it's not a food substance. But of course, they're just saying that because now this Apple of Eve is going worldwide. It's everywhere, man. I'm talking about everywhere. Rappers, singers, NFL players. I mean, I'm talking about some of the LA Lakers, man. I'm talking about some of the best.
There you go.
Was like, hey, man, I need that. And they showed me love, man. Hey, LA, I got to give y'all so much love, man, because the Lakers, man, they really took care of her, brother. I was really struggling at one time.
This is what we do. This is what we do. Hey, KB24, rest in peace, Kobe. That's my favorite player. Yeah.
But yeah, they really took care of me, man. And behind the scenes, you know, they seen all the drama, and they still chose to rock with me. You know, even when all the drama was going on, and they were just like, man, for you not to be responding, for you not to say anything, man, I want to work with you.
That shows your character.
Yeah, it showed. At my lowest, I didn't curse her. I didn't say nothing. Yeah. Not one word. And right now, I'm still saying, man, I love her and I hope her the best, man.
There you go.
You know, I love her and hope her the best, and I understand that. You know, she had that energy of possessiveness. Like, she didn't see me as a person, she see me as a thing, and it was her thing. Yeah. You know, and I know that comes from a wounded child, but man, the Apple of Eve in gel form, all the drama going on, is going crazy. Like, drama's going on, Apple of Eve is just
blowing up.
What? You know, and I'm just in awe. So many people are vouching for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brother Avdi talks over maybe 100,000 people. That's a lot of people and around the world, you know? So it's funny when people try to speak back, because that's what they do. They have to. Yeah. I've never seen anybody with no hate. And
there's a lot of hate. That's what, most of the people are just hating on you. That's what they're doing.
You can tell.
Of course.
I mean, you can tell, you know, because they'll make up stories.
Because even the videos I saw, I was like, this don't even sound right. It sounds more like, dude, you hating because this dude doing something. He's changing the world and leaving a legacy to leave the world off a better place, and you're not doing nothing. But being a YouTuber.
And the brother that, and again, I feel sorry for the brother that was spreading those lies. You know, because God gave him everything he said I was. God exposed him for beating his wife. She got it caught on camera. She left him. He lost everything he had, man. Wow. You don't play with the people that's really chosen to do the work of God.
No.
And then when a man don't say nothing, somebody's going to stand for him. Man, he lost everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And everything he said I did, she exposed him for doing. Again, he couldn't live up to my standards.
There you go. Wow. Well, now you was talking about the Apple Eve, but do you have any other products that you want to talk about?
Hold on, back to the Apple Eve. I'm so good.
It's all good.
So good in this conversation, brother.
I got you. Yeah, just trying to help you out a little bit. Yeah.
So the Apple Eve, you know, the FDA came. They're saying it's a food, and like, this is my thing, so I can't really move it. And I'm just like, man, I can't even sell this. And then all this drama's going on, and people saying he's a scam. And I just really prayed, man. I really fell on my face, man, and gave all praise due to the Most High. And when I rose up from prayer, turned it into liquid.
There you go.
I said, how am I gonna turn that?
Okay.
Tell me how I'm gonna do that. So, man, I'm literally downstairs, and I got like the science lab downstairs, man, and I'm in that joint playing with plants and powders, and I'm mixing it, and I'm trying to heat this, and I'm gonna melt this down. I'm like, this ain't lasting too long. The taste is too hard. Then boom, we got it. And then boom, it just goes off the shelves, man. Like, this product nurtures every cell in your body. Every cell in your body. It rejuvenates your cell while removing cellular waste. But people, please understand, we want things overnight.
Yeah.
If we take, I don't see nothing. Brother, you've been poisoning your body for over 30 years.
Yeah.
The same way you gave all that time to the poison, give that same amount of time to healing And you're going to see it. Eat better, too. You can't be drinking shots of liquor and saying, I'm taking an apple of Eve and I don't feel nothing. You're drunk. That's why.
Yes, exactly. And if there's somebody's watching right now, make sure you, again, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Definitely comment, because the brother's spitting facts. He's been spitting facts this whole time.
Oh, praise
People will be like, well, how do I know it works? Check this out. Jay, throw that picture on with before after with him. Talk about this picture right here.
Oh, man, brother, look at it. I look dead.
There you go.
I told you, bro.
Yeah.
I fell into that. That's me in depression. This is me. I know I want to do good, but I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I don't know where to turn. I'm in a toxic relationship. Look at me.
Yeah.
Kidneys is going out. My kidneys and my liver is going out, brother. Look, that's death.
Yeah. So, and one thing I learned from my grandmother, because she was on this is my dad's mom. She died off of kidney failure. She was taking 22 medications a day, and one was just counteracting the other one. So it's like putting a Band-Aid, taking off, put another Band-Aid, take a bath. That's all you were doing. That's all you're doing with these pharmaceutical companies and these prescriptions, right? So the apple of Eve, I'm pretty sure were other things in working out and all that stuff, but was apple of Eve one of the main reasons why it reversed the kidney and all that stuff that we saw from that picture?
At that time, you know, the apple of Eve was just was a thought.
Okay, so it wasn't even a product yet.
It was written down.
I got you.
When my wife got pregnant with my son, I wanted her to have the most nutritional thing ever. So that apple of Eve came because of my son. He's the reason for the apple of Eve itself. You know? But what I did was I changed my diet, man. I changed my diet. You know, and the apple of Eve, of course, played a major role to my health. But man, I went to the Most High Divine, man. How can we say we spiritual? How can we say we righteous and God feeds us, but we say we don't want God's food? Eventually, God gonna get tired. Now we seeing droughts everywhere. Come on.
No, you're right.
You don't want my food no more? Okay, fine. Yeah. Figure it out. Yep. Now y'all eating cloned meat.
God will do that. Absolutely. Yahweh, Yahshua, Elohim, however you refer to him, he will do that. Absolutely.
Man, brother, listen to what I'm
saying. You want to do stuff yourself? Okay. Well, I created the Phantom. I created the universe. Brother, but you want to do it yourself? You go ahead and do it.
Brother, listen to me, brother. And I give all praises due to the Most High. May the Most High move my words right now. The true and living God doesn't deal with death because God doesn't know death, understand death. Can't. What you mean death? This is just transitions in life.
He's a God of life. Yep. God of love. Yep.
You can't say you stand for God, but you eat the food of the devil. You can't tell me you're spiritual and you sit down and eat the flesh of decomposing things. We have to understand idol worship and why we eat the way we eat and who taught us to eat this way. If God created true and living food, why are we sitting down eating dead flesh? It makes no sense. And then they tell you, with their science, it gives you protein. But you didn't tell me that the animals are getting protein from green leafy vegetables.
Yep.
Because the body itself cannot produce protein. It doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So it has to be digested, ingested, taken in. So you start to look at what they eat. Okay, they went to God. Even though right now we're trying to turn all these animals that they eat on some chemist food because it wanted fat and obese. But we run from God, brother, but we say we of God. Now we got droughts.
Yeah.
Now we got floods. Now we got hurricanes in places it shouldn't be. Earthquakes in places it shouldn't be. Come on, man. Come on, talk to me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
God fed up.
Yeah.
And then y'all have the audacity to get cancer and diabetes and just say it's God's fault. God did this to me. God didn't do this to you. And then they say, what about the children that got cancer? God did that to the children? No, you did that to the children.
Yeah, you passed that on. Exactly.
How are you pregnant 7 months, 4 months, 3 months pregnant eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, Jack in a Box?
Now you better say that again.
Come on, man. And then we have the audacity to say this comes from God. God does not move in any way in confusion. Disease of the mind and body is confusion at a cellular level. We have to understand the truth, man. We've been lied to for so long, we've become our own personal devils.
I can't remember who said it, if it was J. Edgar Hoover. I can't remember who said it right now, but the person who said it slips my mind. But they said, if you tell a lie long enough, and if you tell a lie and you tell it long enough, that lie will become someone's truth.
So let's talk about medication, since you brought that up.
Yep.
When they first introduced this petroleum-based medication, we talking about the Rockefellers now, so go back with me some years, some decades, okay?
Yep.
When they introduced this petroleum-based medicine, the first thing people said was, why? No, it doesn't sound healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But now the Rockefellers are funding the schools. Yep. Now they're funding the people that make laws.
Yep.
Now they're making the medicines that our great big mamas. And when I say big mama, I'm talking about this stretch across races and religions.
Mm-hmm.
We all going to God for everything.
Yep.
They made them seem like they were uneducated. They always talk about Hippocrates. Doctors still take the Hippocratic oath. Mm-hmm. They said he healed every disease known to man through nutrition and fasting and herbs. Then Hippocrates gives a shout out to Imhotep, the world's first multi-genius, the first doctor, the first physician that healed everything known to man without any form of chemicals.
Y'all do your research. He's spitting facts, guys. Absolutely.
So why would the Rockefellers come and introduce this petroleum-based medication? Is because they had so much petroleum, they didn't know what to do with it, so they didn't want to lose it, so they added it to your medication. The same thing they did with the fluoride in the water. They had so much fluoride, they couldn't get rid of it because they'll lose money, so they dumped it into your water supply and then convinced you that it was good for your teeth. Come on, man.
Wow. And that's why you see fluoride everywhere. You see fluoride in toothpaste. You see it's in water. It's bad for you.
Man,
so
it's a toxic chemical.
It's a toxic chemical
that they have to when they're around it, they have to wear gloves and masks and body suits. Come on, man. We talking about, bro, you don't see God, man. You don't see the devil. The devil is so devilish.
Yeah.
He'll be right in front of you, shaking your hand, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
That's why we have to get closer to the divine God. To know your enemy is to be the opposite of your enemy. If you're moving like your enemy, you'll never be able to spot your enemy. And that's what's going on. We're being taught by our enemy. We're eating the food of our enemy. We're dancing like we won't have rhythm no more. We're just shaking, man. We just shaking. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, real quick before we go on to, got two more questions for you before we wrap up here. But I want to, you're really spitting facts here. And then, my sister is a vegan.
All praise.
So, what is now? You say all praise, so I'm assuming that's good in your book, right? But according to what the medical part. But what is? I said I was pescatarian. So someone who's like listening right now, and like, okay, well, Yada, I hear you. I'm gonna take apple of Eve. I'm gonna change my diet. I want to get back on the right path with God, right? But what can't I eat? I mean, fruits and vegetables, but kind of tell the audience, what is it that they can do to where they can become more divine with God through the foods and getting off of all this artificial foods and everything. So what is it that they can eat? Maybe moderation of this, maybe totally kill this. What can we do?
I get it. So my beautiful brothers and sisters, because you guys are divinely beautiful and I love y'all so much. I swear I do. I wish y'all could see me in presence right now. I love you guys. We have to understand we're dealing with real food addiction, man. And depending on what you're battling. Now, if you're battling depression, if you have low serotonin, which serotonin is produced in the gut, right? And the gut sends information to the brain. So we understand that, mental health has a lot to do with gut health. So if you're dealing with depression and anxiety, my beautiful people, please, I would recommend you to do 7-day apple fast of just apples and water. Please listen to me. Apples and water so we can flush you out because apples are high in fiber. And when you do drink your water or take your water, and every time you drink water, please put some salt on your tongue, either Celtic salt or Himalayan sea salt. And the reason why I say that is because the magnesium in the salt helps the water to be absorbed into the cells. So if you're low on magnesium and you're still drinking a lot of water, most likely you'll be dehydrated. So you're trying to figure out, why am I peeing so much every time I drink water? It's because the water's not going into your cells. You're low on magnesium. So if you're dealing with depression, please do 7 days of an apple fast, apples and water to flush out the gut because of the fiber. Take the salt on your tongue when you drink your water. And then after that, if you can, and if you feel good enough, do you a 7-day water fast, and I promise you, you'll be so renewed. I promise you will be renewed. And then after that, I would recommend the water-tarian diet. And I know a lot of you guys might say, Yada, what is the water-tarian diet? The water-tarian diet is a diet that I created. Yes, I am the first African-American that has literally created his own diet.
There you go.
So you don't have to applaud. You don't have to cheer. I'm just doing the will of God. The water-tarian diet consists of food that's only high in water content. You know, green leafy vegetables, fruits. You can even get some legumes, some garbanzo beans, some grains, things that's high in water content. And the only way for you to make this food or prepare this food is either you eat it raw, you boil it, or you saute it. We're not removing the water content, so we can't bake nor fry. And this alone is the diet of God. Remember, your body consists of 70% to 80% water. Some people now are saying 99.9%. Listen to me. Some people now are saying 99.9%. And the standard American diet is dehydrating us. And a lot of diseases are coming from dehydration. A lot of mood swings are coming from dehydration. Water is the source of life. And I know a lot of people talk about H3O. That can be a whole nother conversation, but that chemical formula does not exist. But the fruit's juice is excellent for the body, but the chemical formula itself does not exist. It's impossible to create. God didn't even put that together. So that can be a whole nother podcast we do.
I got you. Well, I definitely have you on again, man. You're a wealth of knowledge, brother. Wealth of knowledge, and I love what you're doing for the kingdom and for your family and for our community. Real quick, the water. The pH levels. Are you talking about 9.5? You talking about 8? What are we looking at for that?
We have to understand that the water that comes out of all fruits and vegetables are alkaline, brother. I need we all to understand that. I know some people might be like, Yada, lemons and this and that's acidic, but you have to understand when it gets put into the body, it does turn alkaline. There are chemical reactions that happen in the body once food are digested. Please understand that, family. And we have to search for knowledge and wisdom more than anything else on the planet Earth. We're walking around dumb, and then we're defending things just because we heard it, and then we're trying to regurgitate things as falsehood.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So all fruit juice that comes naturally out of the fruit, I'm not talking about store-bought stuff, naturally out the fruit is alkaline. Wow. And that alkaline means a pH above 7. 7 itself is neutral, and anything below 7 is acidic. But our body is acidic by function, but we should actually take in more alkaline stuff, and the only way to get the alkaline stuff is through God.
There you go. Wow, amazing. Okay. This one is the one that I had a lot of my boys, because they saw your video. You know what I mean? Yeah. You already know where we going with this. All right. So obviously, how can I put this? My wife, she loved you even more when she saw that video.
Oh, praises.
Yeah, my sister did too. My sister kind of thinks like me too, because she grew up with me, and my grandfather is a Navy SEAL, so I grew up militant and things like that, right? So I kind of saw both sides of the fence when it came to this, right? Okay. All right, there's a video on the internet that you made about the Godfather, Mr. Kevin Samuels, that you're getting a lot of slack for. Let's play the video, and afterwards, let's talk about it, because I do have some pushback on some of the stuff you said on the video. Okay. Go ahead, Jay.
It's time to bury the ghost of Kevin Samuels with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was a terrorist. To the family dynamic, to the family structure, he was a terrorist. He convinced weak men to be weaker men.
Any man that convinces a man that he's the prize and the woman isn't is your enemy. A good woman deserves everything on this earth and in the universe. She gives us children. She brings us peace, harmony, joy. She rubs our back. She turns our house into a home, our groceries into a meal. She nurtures our children. She nurtures us, even when we're in our ego and our pride. And you allow Kevin Samuels to ask you to ask your woman what she brings to the table? The woman is the table. But the majority of you men have nothing to place on that table. You're mentally deficient, you're financially deficient, you're emotionally deficient, you're spiritually deficient, and your masculinity is deficient. So if you want to pass like Kevin Samuels with multiple failed marriages, leaving a world where your children don't even respect you, of course follow him. But that man's ghost needs to be put in the grave where it belongs, because it's not beneficial to us as a whole. The woman needs to be uplifted. The woman needs to be loved. The woman needs to be nurtured, because that's what providers do until she's able to become whole herself. She's been broken. She doesn't trust us. She's been betrayed. She doesn't trust us. We don't protect her. She doesn't trust us. We don't provide for her. She doesn't trust us. But we have the audacity to listen to a man that had severe mommy issues? Man, allow Kevin Samuels' ghost to be buried with the body. And if you guys take this the wrong way or get defensive about what I'm saying, you're a part of the problem. And some of you women are so broken, you listen to Kevin Samuels because you suffer from daddy issues. There's nothing more greater than the woman. She's the first gift to man. She must be protected and provided for by all means necessary. And we have to understand who's a terrorist to the family dynamic. I love y'all. Peace.
All praises due to the Most High.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that video. I'll wait for him to cut back to me. I saw that video and I was like, wow. You went in. You want to elaborate a little bit more on that video before I kind of come back with it?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. All right. So I agree with about 70 to 75% of what you said. Absolutely. We have been convinced by other podcasts, by, people and things like that, that men are the prize. I don't agree with that. The women are the prize. Absolutely. I agree with men being deficient. And a lot
hold on. We gotta break this down.
Sure.
We gotta break this down because I don't want them to hear this and then not agree.
Yeah, that's why I said if you wanted to go first.
So brother, let me explain to you why I say that the women are the prize.
Yeah.
When a man goes out to hunt, and he goes after and shoots that deer, is the man the prize or the deer that prize?
When the man goes to hunt?
Right. What's considered the prize? The man or the animal?
The animal is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Why? Because he went out there
to get it. Yeah.
And that's what's going on. The women's the prize because we're going after them. In the business world, the corporate world, the clubs, they understand this.
Yeah.
Let the women in for free. Let the men half off.
Yeah. Because
the men are going to follow the women. They're the prize. They've always been the prize.
Absolutely. Like I said, I agree with that. I agree with the good woman where you said a good woman is going to, nurture the home.
And I emphasized on that. So brothers, you have to understand, I'm not just talking about any woman. I'm talking about a good woman. And the only reason you're not finding good women because you aren't good men. You have to be what you want to attract. You have to be it or be transitioning into being that great man.
Absolutely. So Jay, do me a favor. Play the Kevin Samuels clip real quick, and then I'll talk about this because this is going off my point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into this thing. I'm gonna piss some people
Turn up a
off.
little bit.
What it pisses people off? Because the truth hurts. Ladies, get you a glass of wine. Because gentlemen, black men, it's time to grow up. It's not your fault how the world is, but it is your responsibility for you. Gentlemen, where do you rank amongst men? All men. Because here's the reality of it. Black men, you're not special. There is a ranking. Everyone has to deal with prejudice, some sort of ism. The goal of any man is to make yourself powerful enough to where it does not affect you. That's what you got to ask yourself. What is your resume? How old are you? You're 35 years old. Are you still in an entry-level position? Are you 27 years old and you have no skills, no job, no, just 25 years old and living home with mom as a man, you're a loser. At 23 years old is where the clock starts. 18 to 23 is your years to figure it out. See, we have to stop doing this. We have to stop talking to men in soft terms.
Okay, so this is the part I disagree with. It's the beginning part when you said Kevin Samuel is a terrorist.
Right.
Now, there's the disagreement. I've been following Kevin Samuels for a long time, and I know about the failed marriages and all that stuff. Allegedly, you never really know because I don't have any paperwork on that. But you know, his kid, he had a daughter or somebody who spoke out after his death and said he never really took care of us, took care of me or whatever. I get that part, right? But here's the thing: no one said nothing about Kevin Samuels when he was getting on the men. Just like how you saw. That was a light version. No one knew who he was. Like, he was a YouTuber a long time. He was getting on the men, making sure, just like the Fresh and Fit boys and all them, they do the same thing. They do it a little bit differently, but he was doing the same thing. He's kind of like the catalyst, right? He's the originator. So he was talking about, you know, make sure you get yourself together physically, financially, spiritually. Become that high value man, so that way if you want a beautiful girl or you want to go and attract someone, you know, of a high caliber woman, right? Like you said, women they're born with value, right? So all they gotta do is preserve it the most as long as they can, right? We create our value. I became valuable to the marketplace because I created it. And so no one said nothing when he was getting on the men. It's when he started getting on our sisters. Okay, and these are the same sisters who are talking about, oh, I'm 300 pounds, I'm 35 years old, I'm what is that called? A geriatric pregnancy, where you know, after a certain age, he called it danger zone. After a certain age, you're I think 35 and above, you're teetering on, if you get pregnant, having some health complications and things like that. You're at high risk pregnancy at that point, right? So he's telling them like, hey, you want a high value man? Well, you got 3 or 4 kids. A high value dude or high value man who's created his value is not checking for you. He's checking for the 18-year-old, the 21-year-old, maybe 25. He's checking for her because she doesn't have all that. Most girls, she doesn't have that extra stuff that comes with her, meaning that she doesn't have kids. She doesn't have a track record. You know, men want women who doesn't have a past. Okay. We don't want, because you already know, if we all out with our boys and we, you know, say, you know, we're dating a woman, or you're dating a woman, I should say, and she's, and you find out, oh, damn, she got her OnlyFans, and now guess what? We're the laughing stock of our boys, because like, hold on, I didn't know about this past, right? We don't want nothing, we don't want a woman with a past. So no one said nothing about him when he was getting on the men. It's not until he started getting on the sisters and started telling them the truth. For me, okay, he had past marriages and all that stuff. I get it. He failed past, but we all have a past. I got a past. You got a past. That's what makes us who we are. That I look at the man he was, and the value he brought to try to help the men out. That's why I got it.
Let me rudely interrupt you, brother.
Okay.
Let me rudely interrupt you. Now we have to deal with Kevin Samuels as the cake and not the icing.
I got you.
The cake of him.
Yeah.
A man that says a woman loses her value because she has children. Brother.
I don't agree with that.
Listen to what I'm saying, too. We're talking about the cake of him.
I got you.
What made him popular. It wasn't talking about men. It was talking about women. That made him popular. He understood the business of the chaotic things, and he ran with it. No doubt.
That put him on a map.
No doubt. But anytime another man looks at another man, and you have men of all ages following you.
Yeah.
And saying that you're the prize. How can you be the prize when the woman's the nurturer? It don't matter if she blind, crippled, or crazy. God put in her something that a man can't do. We don't have the patience of a woman.
Yeah.
We can't be with our children 24/7 and still be sane.
Yeah.
A woman can do that with a smile on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. A woman speaks life. And I'm talking about a good woman, brothers. A good woman can speak life into a homeless man and make him wealthy just by saying, I believe in you.
Yeah.
So for me or any man to say or try to convince other men that a woman loses value with children. When women come out their womb, you even said that they got value. That's why a little girl that's 3 years old can make her daddy come to her knees, because it's in her to be who she is.
Yeah.
So how can a man open his mouth without living the life he talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You're single, Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
May you forever rest in peace.
Yeah.
You can't even keep no woman, or no woman wants to keep you, how that goes.
Yeah.
But it ain't no wealthy man, and I get to it on a business level.
Yeah.
Single. Businessmen don't even trust single men.
Of course.
Come on now, but you have men following behind Kevin Samuels. If it comes to business, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to follow a homeless man. I'm going to follow a man with business.
Yeah, because he has the acumen, he has the knowledge. Of course, absolutely.
Right,
I agree with you. Yeah.
So why would men follow Kevin Samuels if he's not an example? How is he trying to say what a woman is and what a man is, and you haven't even reached that level? You got children that had no fathers. You got grown men that had no fathers, and they're only holding on to Kevin Samuels because they couldn't become the men that they should have been because their fathers failed them. And Kevin Samuels saying, look, brothers, you're the prize. No, brothers, you're not. Get yourself together. Yes, no doubt. With that clip you just showed, actual facts.
Yeah.
But any man that speaks down on any woman is a terrorist, because the woman is our tree of life, regardless if they blind, crippled, or crazy. And a good man can lead a woman out of anything. A strong man can lead a woman out of anything. These women just never had the right examples. They didn't have no fathers. And a lot of women go from man to man not to have sex, not to be a freak or a hoe, because they're looking for love, even if it's temporary, for an hour. A man making love to her saying, I love you, baby. That'll probably feed her for a whole year, because daddy never said that. Yeah. Now you got a hurt man. He's hurt. Kevin Samuels was hurt. Saying what a woman isn't because she has children? You're not a man. You're not a man to degrade a woman because she has children. How does she lose value? How?
No, I agree with you. Like I said, I 80%.
But no. You can't go from 70 to 80, brother, because everything I state is actual facts.
No, I got you.
You might just need to sit back and just replay what I said, because, brother, any man, I'm the man. Yeah. God made me the head. I have to make the right choices. The women are trusting these men. That's why they sleeping with them. A woman's not going to sleep with you if she don't trust you. And you know us men.
Oh, I don't know. I have to put back on that.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
And you know us men, we smooth with these words.
Yeah.
See, you ready to cut me off? Don't even know what I'm about to say.
We
smooth with these words. Baby, you know I love you. Girl, come here. Baby, here's a little bit of doubt. This girl fell in love, because women deal in emotions. Women aren't emotional. Men are emotional. But women deal in their emotions.
Mm-hmm. They operate out of it.
So now she's emotionally tied to you. And then what do? The same thing her father did.
Yeah.
Now she's hurt. And guess what? She still has her child. No one talks about that part. She still has her child. Where's daddy? Oh, it's the woman's fault. Daddy done talked them panties off of her. Gave her all types of promises he could not deliver, but now it's her fault because she got pregnant. But the man's the leader.
I get you, but now who's the giver of life? Besides God, we know God, but who's the giver of life?
The woman.
So she has the right to abort the child or bring a child into the world, right?
Brother, you're coming from a sane mentality. We have to understand these women are traumatized.
I'm a logical thinker, but see,
trauma was deal with logic then.
Right.
Are these women not traumatized? No, come on, stop. No,
not all.
No. Listen to me. I'm talking about the women that Kevin Samuels was talking about.
Okay.
If a woman has 3 children by 3 different men, she never had the proper example of what a man is. She's traumatized. Stop. Hold on. She's traumatized. And we keep saying, oh, the woman had the baby. The man tricked her. Man, this is what I'm saying to you. This man talked her out of her panties. This man talk, brother. I deal in health.
Yeah, I hear you.
And
But
we're
there's
talking
still
about facts, brother. I'm not assuming this.
no, I got you. But there's still a responsibility on the woman too.
But
Now,
the man is the leader, brother. It's God and it's man. And
I got you.
Hold on. Listen
I got
to
you.
me.
I'm listening to you. Yeah.
If it was her responsibility, it would be God, man, woman, child. Listen, when I say woman, I'm talking about beside that man.
Yeah. Now you're speaking in an aspect of a good woman.
The man is behind this woman.
Right.
It's my duty to protect you. So as a father, I'm supposed to lead this woman to a better reflection and understanding of her divine self. Right.
Yeah. I get you.
I failed this girl. So she's looking for me inside of men, but no one wants to talk about that. Oh, it's her fault. You tricked her. You told her you was good husband material. You said you would protect her. You said you would love her. Every man that's talking bad about these women they had babies by, chose those women.
Yeah.
And they also told those women at one point in the relationship, I love you. I'll protect you. I'll guide you. So when this woman becomes emotional because she doesn't know how to react, she's going through things, the man doesn't even have the wisdom to make sure she's okay. Mm-hmm. So now we left her emotionally unprotected, and we keep saying the woman chose that. No, she chose it because you gave her a representation of you. It wasn't who you were. And that's why you see so many single mothers in homes with the children, with no men. And I'm not talking about the men that are taking care of children without women, because there's a lot of brothers doing that. I know a lot of brothers
same here.
doing that, and I salute those men.
Yeah.
But we cannot say we're the leaders and then blame those that we lead.
Now, one thing about me, I'm a history buff, so I know my history. So when you just speaking on just now about the men not being in the household, I mean, we can go to Lyndon Johnson and the welfare state when that came in, how the government made the woman made the government their husband and gave them incentives for the man not to be there. We could talk about all that, but see, go ahead.
Even listen to brother, your sub. I don't know if you know that you're making excuses for men.
No, I'm not making no excuses.
Hold on. Because you brought up the welfare, right?
Right. But this is all factual stuff.
Listen to me. Listen to me, brother. If the government system is more stronger with your woman than you failed.
Right.
Can't no man come behind me and do nothing. I take care of my responsibility on each and every level. If the woman was protected and provided for, you think she's gonna run to a system? Come on, man, be real. We forgot how to provide. We forgot how to choose our women. We forgot how to protect our women. We forgot how to provide for our women, to the point men said, but they asked for equal rights. Let's history buff.
Feminism. Yeah. There you go.
Hold on. Let's do some history.
Right.
History buff.
Yeah.
Now we have to understand, right after the slave was free, we're working, we're doing all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And then the African Americans in the wilderness of North America, right here in this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get equal rights. The black women wasn't asking for equal rights. The European women said, how dare you give these slaves, these monkeys, these jigaboos,
they don't want them on our level.
Rights over your own women. So it wasn't these women y'all call crazy and hot girl summers. It wasn't them asking for equal rights. They wanted a man. All they knew coming off the plantation was you and master. So master's not there no more. Now they need you. But right now, under uneducated men say, well, they asked for equal rights. No, they didn't. We have to stop making excuses for being men. Mm-hmm. If my woman is behaving a certain way, that means my behavior reflects that, because a woman is a reflection of her man. Right. The man's not the reflection of his woman.
I got you.
So how can we keep blaming something when they're our reflection?
Right.
What example are we giving them? Come on, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I said earlier, I'm going to play another clip right here, but that's why I said earlier that when he was getting on the men and telling them to be a better version of themselves, no one said,
Bro, that's the icing.
I know, but hear what I'm saying though. But he started. That was the cake first, because he started with the men first before the women. The women came later.
Man,
so hold on. Let me finish. So he did that. Okay. Play this clip right here. This is why he's telling the men to get better for themselves, because dealing with women like this. Okay. Go ahead, play this.
My booty hole brown, my Gucci pink. I ain't never heard that my coochie stink. My cum clear, yo cum green. I'm throwing ass, I'm making the same.
This is what our younger generation has to deal with right here.
But I feel like Kim Kardashian.
Who failed them?
Hold on.
Bitch stay pregnant. I swallow nut, I really feel like an elephant. Tell Joe Biden I wanna suck on the president. Real niggas love rich bitches.
No, hold on. So if he's getting on the men first to tell him to become a better version of himself so he can get better women than that, how can we then say, because he's getting, and mind you.
All praises.
Hold on, mind you, the women are calling his show,
right,
asking to be on.
For sure.
He didn't force nothing to them. Everything's choices and trade-offs, right?
For sure.
So if they're asking to be on and they know he's like this, just like the Fresh and Fit podcast and Pearly Things and all the other podcasters who are kind of taking Kevin Samuel's steps or whatever, right? You can call them copycats, whatever you want to do. They all asked to be on the show. Mm-hmm. How can we then say and crucify Kevin Samuels for giving them the truth on what, now it could be certain things you might not agree with, I get that part,
right,
but he's getting on them and telling them like, hey, you cannot get this type of caliber man when you had all these things going on with you in the ratchetness and the past, all
brother.
That stuff.
Okay, brother. Now for the, first of all, let me say all praises due to the Most High.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for this interview, brother.
I got you.
You know, it's a great feeling to be here with you. Now, the women we just bear witness to on the screen dancing and twerking and all that stuff, who failed them?
Yeah, the men failed them.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, because you showed it, and I just don't understand how that goes anything. Because hold on, because you're just proving me more correct.
Okay.
The women are the way they are because they've been unprotected. If it's God, then man, then woman. Man is out the equation, so even the connection to God, the woman starts to lack unless she really starts to truly believe in herself, because the man is the one that goes gather and brings it home, and then the woman nurtures it. Mm-hmm. So when the man is absent, and then you have this hard-working mother, this beautiful woman that always seen this work, and then you have daughters that say, I can't be like mama. Mama don't got no man. Mama just working hard. I got to figure something out. And then what do? They trying to run to a man because they didn't have a daddy to run to. And that's what you see, dysfunction, man.
But what if they had that? Because I know people who've had daddies in the house. That's what I'm saying.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A father that's there physically doesn't mean he's there emotionally or mentally. And a lot of our fathers are there. They're drunks, or they're just too hard. They're just too tired. They're working. So the girl is running behind looking for someone to be their father. And that's why a lot of women prefer to their men as daddy. Mm-hmm. These are traumas, brother. These are traumas. So should I look at my young sisters and be like, oh, you just trifling? No. What made you this way? Because if I go back a few decades, the girls weren't dressed like this. What happened? The men and women got further and further and further.
But what came into play when that happened?
And further away. Hold on.
Feminism. A lot of stuff came into play.
But hold on. But why, brother? And then we have to ask ourselves, who started feminism? Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Because it's not in our community's nature to be this way. Even during slavery, we fought to stay together.
Yep.
We were even getting married in slavery times.
Risking death. Yep. I got you.
Because the man knew he had to be with this woman. Now the man doesn't know. He says, I can't trust her. Why can't you trust her, brother? Because your mother was mentally and maybe physically abusive to you because your father wasn't there. Mm-hmm. We have to be real. And she wasn't abusive because she just hated her child, but she didn't know how to release herself emotionally. So it comes at, I just provided, I kept a roof over your head, food on your back, clothes in your mouth. But mommy don't know how to be feminine because she's been being masculine for so long. And then when daddy tries or a man tries to get with mommy been doing everything for so long. She can't trust no man because her daddy wasn't there. Her grandfather wasn't there. So how can we keep blaming these women when we call ourselves the leader? A real leader leads in every aspect of the life. I can't say I'm a leader and then saying the woman's supposed to follow me, then blame the person that's supposed to follow me. I don't blame the student. I blame the teacher. The men have fallen. They've fallen, brother.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Well, they rather kill than marry. Come on. And I'm talking about my young brother. I'm talking about the brothers that's doing good for themselves and loving their women and taking care of their children. I'm talking about the majority of our young men.
Yeah.
Because that's who matters.
Yeah, I get you. I was talking about everybody. I wasn't just giving like, okay, the ones who obviously who are doing what they're supposed to do and taking care of the women and all that stuff, that kudos to them. They're doing what they're supposed to do. I was talking about everybody. I'm talking about general, everybody. Because there are some good men who still do what they're supposed to do, provide. They're there. They're at all their kids' soccer games or whatever sports they do, or they're just there for them, right? And a woman, just because she woke up that morning, she want to feel like she's leaving, guess what? The court... Let's if we talk about numbers, there's like, I think it's 70 or 75%, probably a little bit higher, women are divorcing the men. Now, there's
why,
but it's not always that way. Though. That's what I'm saying. What if the guy who's taking care of the, let's use the example I'm giving.
Brother,
there.
Hold on, brother. Let's be real now. Let's just be real. We have to be real.
Mm-hmm.
A woman is not going to leave a man because he's a great man. And when I say great man, I'm not just talking. Listen to me, bro. Please. Listen, I need you to understand this.
I get you.
It not just financially. A lot of men say I can provide family. That's it. It has to be mentally, physically, spiritually, financially.
I'm talking about all of that.
Emotionally.
Yes.
Listen, the math don't add up, brother. If you saying 1 + 1 = 2, he got everything. 1 + 1 = 2. It's not going to equal 3. You can't tell me because I'm a good man. I have a good woman, but I am a whole man.
Right. I got you.
These men aren't whole, and then we're trying to speak for men that we aren't. And that's why I said we have to worry about ourselves.
I get that part. Yeah.
No.
I got you.
And the only reason I speak to the men because the men are the men.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go sit down with a woman and tell a woman about a woman. I'm not a woman. It's not my responsibility. I'm a general. I speak to the soldiers.
There we go.
Let the soldiers speak to the women. That's their wives. I'm not going to check my brother's wife. I'm going to talk to my brother. Hey, brother, this is going on. Can you please correct that for me, brother? No doubt. Kevin Samuel set up and talked about women. You're saying that at one point in time on his come up, which those videos really ain't do the numbers back then like they're doing now after he passed, but the videos of the women did numbers and brought him in what he wanted.
Because nobody really cared about him talking to the guys. Like they really didn't care. It's not until he started talking to the women and really having the mirror shine on them on certain aspects. I get you with the men not being there, but on certain things.
Like what?
Like they could control their weight. There's certain things you can control.
But brother,
remember everything is a choice, right?
Hold on, but why can't they? People, listen to me, please. People gain weight because they lose a love for themselves.
That's still a choice.
Hold on, bro. If you were never taught love, how can you lose something you were never taught? They don't have love. They don't know what love is.
I get you.
A person asks me, Yada, I love myself. I tell you can't love yourself eating this type of way.
Yeah.
They've never been shown, brother. Our community, the men have stopped loving the women and the women have stopped loving the men. They're at odds.
Yeah.
And how can I prove that? Look how many murders are happening with these young men.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
This is our future. They're all murderers, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And forgive me, brothers, I know it's a lot of them going out to school and doing great. So please understand, I'm talking about the brothers that's really stuck in that urban,
they're in that mentality,
community, and the sisters that's lost are attracted to synthetic power. That's another conversation that we have to have.
Yeah.
Because women are naturally attracted to power. But these drug dealers, these gang members, they appear to have power, but it's synthetic power because real power don't leave you. If a person can lock you up and you no longer that man no more, that was synthetic power. And our women are being dragged right along through that. And then we know that the music is playing, but if there's no father in the house, if you walked in the house right now and you see your daughter on the table just going crazy, you're going to correct and check that in a heartbeat, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
So we see what's going on. there's no man to lay that foot down.
Yeah.
And then we say, oh, these women, brother, these women don't even know how to be feminine no more. And they're trying.
Yeah.
They just don't, they've never seen it. All they've seen is mommy working hard. And now they compare that to independence. Mommy needed a man. Mommy was tired.
Thank you.
She needed a man.
Yeah.
But they see this just one side, not realizing what mommy's going through mentally and the mental breakdowns mommy's having.
Yeah.
Because I've watched a lot of single mothers go through it. And I know when that man steps in, come on, man, we bring a certain force with ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A driven man. So, you can have your opinion on it, because I heard his brother call him the Godfather. I can't call no man Godfather.
No, that's what he was called.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I didn't call him. No, I said that's what he was called, the Godfather.
Okay,
Yeah.
brother, just making sure,
Yeah,
brother.
no,
Forgive me, brother.
No, hell no.
I
no.
apologize,
There's only
brother.
one God for me. Absolutely. No, I was saying, that's why I said, no. Did you hear me? I could have sworn he said he was called the Godfather, right? Like, I could have sworn I said that, but it's all good.
You said
no.
the Godfather, Kevin Samuels.
No, I said he's known as the Godfather, Mr. Kevin Samuels.
But one thing is we have to stop taking advice from men that are not sitting next to women.
That I will 100% agree with you on.
And brother,
yes.
not just sitting next to women, but sitting next to smiling women,
Yeah.
loving children. And then we can say, okay, he can give advice. But how can you give advice if you're not living that? You can't tell me about a woman if you never had one, or a lasting, loving relationship.
There you go.
Not something toxic. So I do respect your opinion, brother, and I know you respect mine, because
of course.
You're a good brother.
I appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. Vice versa, man.
So
yeah.
I just give all praise. But that was a real. You're the first. You're the first I allowed to ask that question. They tried to get me the other day. I had to swindle out of that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, brother.
That question was actually it was my question, but I had like at least about not even more than that, about 10 of my boys,
right.
like, bro, like, you need to
check me. Check
not necessarily check you, but they was like, bro, you got to push back on that, because I guess the terrorist part and whatever, but that's neither here or there. But you know what, Yada, thank you, man. Thank you for coming, man. We are literally about almost 2 hours now. Woo! And this needed to happen. So much value being given right here.
Yes.
Where can they find you, man? Websites, all that stuff, brother.
So my beautiful people, I love you guys so much. If you're trying to get in tune on each and every level, please give me a follow. I'm really willing. I really stand for my people.
There you go.
And when I say my people, I'm not talking about just a certain color, because energy is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And the devil comes in many shapes, forms, and races. So I just want you guys to know that you can follow me on Instagram at Yada_Awakening. You can also follow me on Facebook at Yada. I just started YouTube. I'm just now getting into the whole YouTube world. I've been so busy. I apologize. But you can also follow me at Yada Awakening on YouTube. Videos are coming soon, especially with the family, the wife, just us giving a lot of knowledge out there and really doing our best to rebuild the structure of the family in the most holistic way. And I love everybody, regardless of race, religion, gender, sexuality. It doesn't matter to me. Long as you're striving to become a greater person, that's all that matters. And again, I give all praises due to the Most High for this beautiful brother having me here today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, Yada, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for coming where you came from. You're a wonderful spirit, man. You're out here on the forefront, making sure that everybody, as many people as you can save, you're helping them with their health, with their finances, and just overall being a better man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All right, guys, there it is. Wealth Champs Podcast family. We had Yada Awakening in the building. He has his, let me see your, the Apple of Eve. Let me go ahead and, there we go. So Apple of Eve product, make sure you guys go on his website to go get it. All right. I don't know what it costs, but whatever it costs is way better than what your health will cost you in the long run. Okay.
Please make sure to go to the worldsgreatestrejuvenation.com, the worldsgreatestrejuvenation.com. We sell out very quickly. So please subscribe to the product so you can receive it monthly. Thank you.
There you guys go. Well, Wealth Champs family, there you go. Make sure you guys like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. We got way more future guests coming up, influencers, activists, political parties, all that stuff, right? And successful business and businessmen and businesswomen. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Again, I love you. I love you. I love you. Love of the Lord. Peace.
Peace.